A spine-chilling scream was heard throughout the safari zone as wild pigeons fled the area in total panic. Alerted, a nearby Kangaskhan rushed to the area where the cry had come from, its curious baby peering up from his mother's belly pouch. Laying still between the trees was a young woman covered in bloody cuts. Content of her back spilled all around her. Kangaskhan knelt down and delicately lifted the woman's head from the ground with its massive paw. The baby came out of its mother's pocket and climbed on top of the woman's chest, peering into her empty eyes. She was dead. The fresh and deep cuts on her body indicated that she was most likely attacked by a wild scythern, who was probably hungry. The baby let out a tear and cuddled up to its mother, scared by this violent sight. "There it is! Hurry up before it escapes!" Barely had the confused Kangaskhan stood up to see what was going on, that it was hit by a painful dart on its left leg, making it fall down on its back, narrowly missing crushing its panicked baby. Enraged, it stood back up and attacked the safari security officers. Mistook it for the murderer. A violent battle between the Kangaskhan and the two humans ensued before the horrified eyes of the baby, who had gone hiding under a nearby tree stump. As its mother ferociously fought, the baby couldn't stop sobbing and whining, trying to tell the officers that there had been a misunderstanding, but little did it know that humans do not understand Poketalk. The fight was short and soon ended with the mother Kangaskhan falling on the ground on her side with a loud, heartbreaking, agonizing growl, and the two officers left, taking away the woman's corpse with them. The baby crawled out from hiding and hurried to its mother's side. The Kangaskhan had its eyes closed and its fur stained in its own blood. Its chest was moving up and down in irregular motion as it let out deep yet eerily quiet groans of pain. The baby was sobbing harder than ever as it desperately held onto its mother's chest. But soon, the only sad wailing of the young Pokemon could be heard breaking the heavy silence that had befallen this area. The baby stayed there for a long while, until nearly all remnants of warmth had escaped its mother's body. As the young Pokemon's cries finally subsided, they were replaced by anger, a maddening anger towards the two guards who had failed at their duty, vowing its self-revenge for the loss of a most beloved one. Its carefree and gentle nature was suddenly changed to a hateful and cruel one. It first thought about a way to keep its mother by its side, as she would give it strength when it felt weak, make it feel safe when it was in danger, and comfort when it felt lonely, so beheaded its own mother. The Pokemon looked around for a sharp object. A chipped rock would do. Slowly, and using all the strength of its weak and small limbs, it started to cut through its mother's thick neck skin until the head was fully separated from the body. A strong smell of decay had already begun to set, but that didn't matter. Restlessly, it worked all the night with its sore muscles, carefully skinning the skull in its entirety, popping the eyeballs from their socket, and a gush of blood mixed with venturous humor, snatching off the lower jaw in a shuddering cracking sound, and breaking and removing each one of the remaining neck vertebrae. It then proceeded to draw out all internal organs of the skull with its own bare paws, beginning with the tongue, which had been hanging off with its limbs of flesh after it had been removed from the lower jaw. It thoroughly emptied out and cleaned the skull cavity, splattering ripped bits of flesh, muscle, and brain all around it in the process. After it was done, tired, sore, and thoroughly soaked in the blood of its mother, it proceeded to place its skull over its head, choosing to forever hide its face from the outside world. And thus, the Pokemon we know, now under the name of Cubone, was born.